Today on Natural Bushcraft we're going to take a look at a multi-fuel stove with a difference. The stove we're going to look at is the Honey Stove 2009 version. This is a lightweight wood burning stove that packs down to next to nothing in terms of size. The stove can be dismantled, packing down extremely flat. This is brilliant as it makes it barely noticeable when it is packed in your rucksack. Its overall weight is 339 grams, and that's carrying all of the pieces of which you might not need. With wood burning stoves you've got the added benefit of that you don't have to carry the fuel in with you, so it saves you carrying that weight. It can be very easy to find dead standing wood on your journey, so hazel is a popular and common one because it has long straight ones that when they just die they often just stand there. So you look in amongst a hazel tree and you'll find lovely dead wood to use with your stove. At first it might seem like a bit of a puzzle to fit all these pieces together, but it comes with good instructions and it's just one of those things that you learn very quickly and becomes easier and easier each time you do it. After you've used this stove a couple of times you might notice that the base plate starts to warp slightly. That's perfectly normal and it doesn't affect the fitting together of the pieces, they all still come together just fine. As you can see, this stove isn't clean. That's because I like to test kit thoroughly before I review it. It doesn't matter that this stove blackens up because it's very easy to dismantle this stove and just empty any remaining ash and then pack it away in its convenient carrying case. It's got a nice sized door on the front, allowing you to easily add fuel as and when you need to. So, as a conclusion for the Honey Stove 2009 version, I think it's a versatile little stove that can be used in numerous ways. On its own as a wood burner, it's great multi-fuel, so you don't have to carry your fuel with you. You can find anything combustible, whether it's dead standing wood, pine cones, just twigs, or if you would prefer, you can bring your own fuel. Use hexamane blocks with it, meth stoves like trangias inside, or anything like that. So it's good because I like that versatility where I can choose not to carry my fuel and go a bit lighter if I want. It works well with a vast range of pots and pans. It's got a very well designed grill, so if you've got a smaller pot like that, it fits straight onto the grill. Or if you've got a larger pot that's going to overspill the sides, you've got raised edges all the way around, so that'll sit nicely on there. You could even use a large frying pan on there if you wished. It works really well in conjunction with other stoves, believe it or not, because the pieces can be taken apart. It can make a great little windbreak and a pot stand for something like the white box stove, a meths burning stove. Again, trangias, a whole range of stoves can be used in conjunction with these pieces. Not just stoves, but you can use fold-out grills, something like that, when you've got a good blaze going, and you can cook a fish on there, sausages, something like that. There's also an expansion kit for the honey stove to make it slightly bigger. You can add in a couple of pieces with a larger bottom plate. That's called the hive, and I've got that. I'll show you that shortly. But yeah, overall, I think this is a really good stove. I'm really taken to it. It's very easy to maintain the burn in there because you've got quite a large area in there and a nice sized door on the front to keep fuel in it. So it's actually quite relaxing and therapeutic just to keep it ticking away there. The hive expansion kit is a great idea if you think you'll be cooking for groups or anything like that. It allows you to easily expand your stove with just a few extra pieces. Those pieces come in their own new case, which is slightly padded, and there's enough room in that case to hold all of the old existing pieces and perhaps some tinder also. Unfortunately, the expansion kit doesn't come with its own new large grill for the top, so if you wanted to grill food directly on the top, you'd have to substitute something yourself. That's easily done with a cooling rack or alternatively a fold-out grill like I showed to you before. Ultimately, the best feature I love about this stove is just how it packs down so flat, with all the pieces coming apart, packing flat. It's got a convenient carrying case. It just slips into your rucksack and you don't even notice it. And like you say, I leave one piece at home that I don't use with the trangia because I use it as a wood burning stove, so it's not the full 339 grams, which isn't much in its own. So this is definitely a stove that I would feel happy recommending. After you've finished with your stove, it's important to respect what nature's provided for you, so make sure you clean up your mess and tidy your camp, and basically leave the landscape pristine, both for yourself and anyone else who might come by after you.